Carroll, bringing it forward. Thompson's making the run. Carroll hangs on to it though. Still Davy Carroll. Could go all the way here. Oh, what a goal!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ringing the Blues, your premium rate phone line to the latest goings on at Adams Park. Coming up on this week's show, we have all the action and reaction from both the Burton and Wimbledon games at Adams Park. Plus, I have a chat with Wycombe Wanderers board member Missy Couhig in the club shop. But first, let's head to Mexico City for the results and some tricky Chairboys Spanish with Uri.
We are ringing the blues from Mexico City. Mi nombre es Uri, and here are the results for League One. Accrington Stanley 1, Bolton Wanderers 0, Charlton Athletic 2, Cambridge United 0, Cheltenham Town 2, Lincoln City 2, Crewe Alexandra 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Doncaster Rovers 1, Shrewsbury Town 0, Fleetwood Town 2, Gillingham 1, MK Dons 1, Oxford United 2, Portsmouth 2, Morecambe 0, Rotherham United 3, Burton Albion 1, Sunderland 2, Plymouth Argyle 1, Wigan Athletic 1, Ipswich Town 1, Wycombe Wanderers 2, AFC Wimbledon 2. Chairboys Spanish this week. Well, as you know, Bayo Akinfenwa scored his 50th league goal for Wycombe Wanderers on Saturday, and it was his first one from outside the penalty area. Congratulations, Bayo. So, Chairboy Spanish this week, a lob from outside the penalty area. Love, not love, like amor, love, no. Love, it's, well, so hard to describe, but in Mexican slang, in Spanish slang, we say bombeadito, like bomb, like a bomb, like a bubble. So a love is more like a bubble, if you know what I mean. So, burbuja, no. This is so confusing. A lob, un tiro bombeadito desde afuera del área penal. A lob from outside the penalty area. Very complicated field catch pole. See you next week with my amigo in Ringing the Blues.
Cheers, Uri. Who knew lob would be so tricky in Spanish? What a goal, though, by Adebayo Akinfenwa. Well, last Tuesday, Burton Albion rolled into town to take on the Blues in the league. Would the 5-0 deep panning in the Pizza Cup play a part, or did the Chairboys come out on top? Here's what happened.
Grimmer does well, feeds it to Hanlon, just inside the Burton half. Hanlon up against Shaughnessy, goes on his inside. Still going Hanlon, edge of the box, goes for goal, and scores! Brandon Hanlon with a wonder goal for Wycombe Wanderers. He darted in off the left-hand side, beat two men, looked up and curled it into the bottom corner. Garrett with no chance, and Wycombe have the lead. Wycombe Wanderers 1, Burton Albion 0. Towards Boakes, wins the flick on from that free kick, goes through to a beater inside the box. Now McCleary, narrow angle, scores! Wycombe have doubled their lead at the end of this first half. 2 minutes added time's gone on, and Wycombe have made it 2-0 with McCleary. He's looked in good form this evening, and a beater couldn't get his shot away. It was blocked, and McCleary made no mistake with the second attempt. Wycombe Wanderers 2, Burton Albion 0. Throw into the box, just cleared, still not clear. Shot comes in, and it's in, deflected, and Burton have got a lifeline from nothing. I'm not sure who's curled it in. There seems to be absolutely no danger whatsoever, and Burton have scored.
Gareth, the big 3 points and cementing your place at the top of the table.
Yeah, really pleased with the performance tonight. You know, Burton are always going to have a spell, especially after half time, because I thought we were super dominant first half. Some of the best football we've played, and for a long ball side, we did quite well, I thought, you know, and people keep thinking that, so that's great for me. And you watch some of the play in that first half, it was fantastic, you know. I don't think we put one hopeful ball in the box. I thought they were all purposeful. I thought the chances were plenty. I was disappointed we didn't score more goals, if I'm honest. There's some good defending and some cracking saves from their keeper, but some of the stuff we've been working on in training really coming to fruition during the games. Half-time we always knew that somebody like Jimmy, who I've got a lot of respect for, would get his team right up for it second half, and you're going to have that onslaught. You know, all teams, no matter who you are, you're going to have these 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then it's about riding the storm, changing that momentum, trying to turn the tide, and we did that really well. I thought there was some fantastic defending, but also the running and the work rate of the two strikers just kept releasing us forward and kept getting us up the pitch. Gareth McCleary, Anis Mehmeti, you know what you're going to get from those players. They're very dangerous players. But then I thought one of the pivotal points was the change when David Wheeler comes on and really shows up that midfield, which they were starting to dominate. But when Wheels came on, who is more of that aggressive physical player on a night like tonight, I thought he was outstanding as well. But now some real good performances. You know, Chris Farino getting his league debut, really pleased for him. But he's got a wealth of experience right around him. Curtis Thompson, Jack Grimmed, Joe Jacobson, David Stockdale. I'd like to make my league debut with those four surrounding me. You know, it was an awesome performance from him. But again, he'll be saying it's all about the team, and it is. The boys who didn't get on, I feel for, because you know you want to be part of this. But believe me, they all will be. We've got a heck of a schedule coming up. But after the break, you always worry. But the boys have come up trumps, you know, and really proud of them tonight.
Wycombe dominated the first half, and that second goal in first half stoppage time seemed like a just rewards, but turned out to be a very vital goal.
Yeah, and you've got to take your chances when you're on top. How many times do you see this, you know? And you watch game after game, and you know that when you have these spells and when you're on top, you must take those chances. In the past, this club's probably been guilty of playing well, having chances and not taking them. But we've got some clinical finishers now, you know, Sam Vokes, Brandon Hanlon, what a goal he scored tonight. Gareth McCleary, you always know that, you know, there's danger when he's about. I'd like a couple more from other areas, and we're working on that. But it was great to go in at 2-0. It's always a dodgy scoreline though, you know, because you're always worried when teams come at you. But I thought we saw the game out really well, and could have had a couple more second half, but I'll take the 3 points and move on to Wimbledon on Saturday.
Also in first half stoppage time, there was the young Burton striker Jebison had been booked previously in the first half, and there was a late tackle on Brandon Hanlon, a long chat from the referee. Do you feel that perhaps that should have been the second yellow?
I'm not going to comment on that. You know, it's the referee's job. They've always got a tough job. It speaks a lot that Jimmy's took him off at half time. I don't think there's many more fouls left in him, but like I say, the referee makes those decisions. Thought there was a couple of challenges that he let go, and then a couple that he gave that looked very similar, but on the whole, like I say, it's a tough job in the middle of the park, and you know, the Burton team are going to beat teams that they're 8th, 9th in the league, you know, for a reason. They work hard. Jimmy's got a good outfit there. I was worried about this one. It's a tough place. It's a tough game, and it's always a tough place to go to Burton. But fortunately, that's the last game of the season now, and we can move on to Wimbledon Saturday.
The second half, the first goal for Burton was quite a surreal one. It's almost as if people had stopped. What was your view on it?
Slow motion, wasn't it? Yeah. The ball got, I think they got stuck under some feet, and I think there was a potential push in there, and that's what the boys were expecting to be given. It's probably a lesson that you don't stop until the final whistle. David Stockdale's unsighted. It seemed to go past him quite close, but I think he's trying to look around people and didn't see it coming. You know, it happens. Just that's, as you say, why it's so important to capitalise when you're on top, and getting the 2-goal cushion was important tonight. But no, again, it's just another win. We've got to keep clocking these up now. Ryan Tafazoli, Josh Scowen, Daryl Horgan, Sully Kaikai, as well as some of our youngsters, who didn't get on the pitch today. I've got a good squad behind me now. Dominic Gabe and Nick Freeman, waiting with longer term injuries, but really, really looking forward to seeing this squad rotate through Christmas and being a lot stronger than we ever have been, and rightly so. Top of League One is a nice place to be.
One of Wycombe's key performers this season and of recent seasons, Anthony Stewart, not in the squad tonight. Any news on him?
I missed Anthony, didn't I? Sorry, yeah. Anthony's been ill, and Ryan Tafazoli has been ill. Ryan recovered enough to be on the bench, but Anthony didn't recover in time, and so we're going to make sure that he's fit and well to return. Illnesses this time of year, not just the pandemic, but illnesses in general, can weaken you this time of year. And again, in recent years, we've probably come a cropper to that, where people have just been under par and we've had to play them because they're our players. But putting Chris Farino in for Ryan Tafazoli today, yeah, some might say it's a brave decision, but not when you work with Chris every day and not when you see what he can give you. So no, really proud of him, but got a wealth of players ready to come in when needed, and some of these young boys as well. Bringing up the rear, Adam Leathers, Ollie Pendlebury, Ali and TJ, people like that. Jack Wakely. I don't want to miss anyone out, but they're all pushing these boys and making them keep hold of their places, which is what a football club should be.
Does it help that Anis Mehmeti has opened the path for them now?
Yeah, the pathway is always open for youngsters. I can't think how many league debuts I have given to these youngsters, but they've taken them. They have a chance here. That's the thing. You speak to some of these young boys' agents, and they say there's a pathway. You always get your chance at Wycombe. There's players that will be in B teams elsewhere and reserve teams that will be 24, 25, still waiting for that chance. They get it here young, and I think it's brilliant that they do. We've got another player in Chris, but like I say, Ali Al-Hamidi, TJ, Jack Wakely, underneath, they're coming through. Connor Parsons, we've got some players coming through. Brilliant to talk about Wycombe Wanderers in this vein. But back to the first team tonight was a great win, because I thought this would be a really tough game. Turned out to be a tough game, second half definitely, but the damage was done in the first half, and the boys deserve to win.
Brandon, loads of goals in League One tonight across the fixtures, but they'll be hardly any better than the one you scored tonight. Talk us through that goal.
I think Grimmer gave it to me out on the left side, driven forward, and then I just saw the goal, so I'm going to take a shot, and obviously I managed to just float it into the bottom corner.
You're getting a really good run of games here at Wycombe. You played your way into the side. You must be delighted with the start you've made at Adams Park this season. Yeah,
definitely. We got a strong squad, but I got to always back my own ability to get into the team and play well and score goals, because that's what I ideally come here to do. So I'm buzzing with how it's going so far.
Wycombe fans think this is the strongest squad that Wycombe have had for many, many, many years. So when you do get the starting berth, the pressure's on to score, I guess. Yeah,
definitely. Anywhere you go, there'll be pressure to score as a striker. But I feel like here, with the experience in the team, it makes it easier as well. Do you know what I mean? Because it's everyone. It's not just one person scoring. The goals are being shared quite a lot through the team.
Talk to me about Gareth McCleary, because in that first half especially, even he's 34, 35 now, but running around like a 21-year-old.
I said to G-Mac, I don't think he's 34, I think he's my age, so I feel like you can see it on the pitch that he's just someone that doesn't look like they're getting older. You know what I mean? He moves probably better than me. He gets around the pitch, and he's definitely a player that I can take notes off and learn from.
I was going to say, it must be inspiring for the younger players like yourself as well to see a professional like that, and Akin Femra as well, still doing it at the age of 39. Does that inspire?
Yeah, definitely. You got that's like I said, in the change room, you've got a lot of experience, and it's good experience as well. You've got BG, Mac, Vokesy, Stocker. That is, do you know what I mean? It's a good list of players that you can learn from and just take little things through the season, which will definitely help you as a player yourself.
And on the other end of the scale, you've got Anis Mehmeti now. He's come through the development squad, 19 years of age, new contract, running into form and scoring goals. What's it like to see a young player like that coming through?
It's nice to see, do you know what I mean? You see Anis, he's just full of confidence, and he got his goals the other week, and then he scored again, and he's just becoming a better and better player each week, which is nice to see.
And can you sum up this attitude here at Wycombe, the camaraderie? Everyone talks about the team spirit, but is there a couple of words that define it?
I'd just say it's togetherness. Like it's a team that's together, and a team that's together is kind of hard to beat.
And Wycombe have got the home form back on track. Wimbledon coming here on Saturday, another good opportunity for 3 points. Is it the home form that's going to get Wycombe over the line this season?
I feel like we do take it game by game, do you know what I mean? But we want teams to come to our ground and know that it's going to be a battle, and know that they're not just going to walk out of here with 3 points. We want to win every game at home as well as every game away. But obviously, when we're playing at home, it's definitely more. No, I wouldn't say pressure. It's more we want the 3 points more than when we would be away.
Good stuff. Congrats on the goal and the win.
Thank you.
So a decent first half performance from the Chairboys was enough to get the 3 points. Here's what the Brewers fans made of the game. It's the Opposition View, Part 1. Staff Brewer, 1950.
A shocking first half performance lost us the game. Too many players are not up to it. Wycombe weren't so good in the second half, but didn't have to be, and deserved the win. To make matters worse, we had to put up with Trevor Kettle pretending to be the fourth official. It's going to be a long winter.
Ben.
Pathetic performance again. I'm seriously disappointed in Hasselbank's tactics this season.
Dadlow.
Well, that were a game of two halves. First half, shocking. Second half, just poor. Of the starters, Garrett, Shaughnessy, Holloway and O'Connor did okay, but the rest, oh dear. Oofing it is okay as a last resort, but to do it relentlessly, to nobody, is utterly pointless.
D. Turner, 1977.
I'm disappointed, but not surprised. That was such a negative lineup from Hasselbank.
Flying Tipple.
That was a poor game. First half we resumed our oof ball, and it's just so frustrating to watch. And although we were slightly better in the second half, the oof was still there on the left-hand side. Garrett did make some great saves in the first half, but his habit of kicking it straight out of play kept giving possession away. To be honest, I blame JFH again for the first half formation and selection. After tonight, I feel disillusioned. No positives in my book.
Fred Andrews.
We barely had a kick in the first half, and it was absolutely horrific defending for their first goal. Allen will never stroll through a midfield and defence as easily as that if he plays for another 15 years.
Porky.
We are dreadful. So disappointing. Both their goals were too easy. Nobody tried to stop them running through. Amer and Shaughnessy were at fault for the first, and almost everybody was at fault for the second.
Edward Walker.
Yet again, another game where we're having to chase a 2-goal deficit. That can't keep happening. Even when we do pull one back with a bizarre goal, we're still left approaching full time with Wycombe ahead. And you know what's coming then? It's really ugly, but it works for them.
Santa pre-booked a parking space at Adams Park on Saturday as it was the last home game for Wycombe before Christmas. Wanderers board member Missy Couhig was also in town overseeing some new lines in the club's shop, so I caught up with her as she was serving some of the Chairboys faithful who were doing some Christmas shopping. Missy Couhig, board member, working behind the shop on a match day. The shop is your area, right?
The shop is my area. I get to pick the merchandise, I get to design the merchandise, and occasionally I get to come in and sell the merchandise.
Well, selfishly, let's talk about what I wanted in the shop, and you've delivered baby stuff.
Yes.
My little son now, he's got a little shirt, he's got the socks now, and there's now baby grows for new chairboys and girls that are going to be born, in the forthcoming season.
Exactly, blue and pink. Because at first I thought, oh, well, we'll only do blue because that's our color. And we had a huge demand that people wanted pink ones, too, with the logo on it. So we can do that. We can deliver what people need.
I might have to have another baby now.
No, you're going to have to, right.
Wow. And there's a bottle of gin on the counter as well. Wycombe are diversifying.
That's right. We're trying to expand the selections so that there's something in the shop for everyone. Gin is not my cup of tea, or my cup of gin for that matter, but a lot of people are going to enjoy it and love it. Next up, maybe we need a bottle of wine with our label on it. That would be my thing.
Oh, definitely. A nice claret, I think, to toast promotion with, hopefully.
Right.
72 clubs in the Football League. Are there many board members working behind the shop on a match day?
I have no idea, but I would assume no. I would assume there's even less board members working behind the desk at the shop than there are female board members in the EFL all over the place, which is a very low number to start with.
Well, that was going to be my next question. How are you finding it as a female in what has been a very male-dominated environment in this country in football boardrooms?
I understand that that's the history, but I haven't seen any barriers to it whatsoever. The rest of the board treats me just like one of their own. I bring my own talents to it with the merchandising and the marketing. I have a background in marketing and sales for my entire career, and we all work very well together. So no barriers whatsoever in this club.
And the shop, we're in the shop now. The shop's looking great. I mean, how are sales going?
Unbelievably well. We have already, since the beginning of this season, done more in merchandise sales than we did all of last year, which was more than all of the year before. So the Wycombe word is spreading, and everyone wants this new gear. So we can barely keep it in stock.
So we're here before the Wimbledon game, so this is the last home game before Christmas. You're going to be very busy today, aren't you? There's people here waiting to buy scarves. Come on, guys, you can still pay. This will make good audio for the interview. So what we have here, we've got a brand new Wycombe Wanderers scarf and a bobble hat. These look fantastic. What's attracted you to these?
My husband and daughter are season ticket holders, and I'm just trying to get them as a little bit of a surprise for Christmas.
All right, we won't say no names. But
later.
But they look very nice.
I love this new scarf.
Yeah,
it's so soft
good.
Compared to the old one, and you can just tap right here. We have gone in the shop just like in the rest of the stadium. We are completely cashless, and everything is done wirelessly and cashlessly and without paper. Would you like an email or a text
please.
receipt? Here, go right ahead and type that in. So it's all very smooth, and the greatest thing about this system is I can watch it, and I do, unfortunately for everyone involved, watch it all day long, even when I'm in the States. So on a match day, I know exactly what's selling at all times, minute by minute. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Even though I may be 5,000 miles away.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So, Rob, I picture you guys watching the football and the matches, but you're also screaming at the screen going, we've sold some more baby socks.
I do, actually. When it's a new product that's just come in, like these Santa hats today or the Santa stockings, I do constantly say to him, well, that's 10 in one day, or that. It drives him a little crazy, but quite frankly, that's my job in life.
So a Wycombe Santa hat's just gone through the till here, so a nice seasonal item as well. We've got the calendar here as well, which is always a seasonal favourite.
I had fun with the calendar, so I have to admit, I was at first anti-calendar because I'm against anything that's dated that we can't sell again the next year. And Pete and the rest of the guys talked me into the calendar, but then I got to choose the photos, and we went with all goal celebrations this year, and it's not just the players, there's also fans celebrating goals in the pictures, and I have to say I love it, so okay.
I was going to say
that to be the Grinch, and now I'm happy it exists. So
the politics of who's on which month was it hotly contested?
Well, it was a little bit, and who was on the cover. Which, by the way, the one I picked for the cover scored our first goal on Tuesday. So hello, but there was conversation around that because I love this picture of Gareth that's in November, and it was pointed out to me that he had to be in November because that's both the month he joined the club and his birthday month. And I said, okay, well then, obviously November.
There we are. We need to include St Gareth's Day here in November, definitely. Well,
all the best people born in November.
Only because your birthday's in November.
But you know, though, that means now that we can't sell anybody in January, otherwise the calendar will be wrong.
Oh, well, there you go.
very true. We always used to scan across the opening months, like, who's going to go in the summer? There it is.
And would you like a receipt by text or email? So it was a lot of fun putting it together, and they were probably right. I'll admit that.
I need to ask you about match days, because obviously you're 5,000 miles away, you and Rob, and there's a whole army of people now in Louisiana watching these games online. What's it like? I mean, I've never had to do it.
It's great fun. Most of the matches are early in the morning, so we actually watch them from home. Occasionally on a Saturday, I have to be in my bookstore, and I have it on the television there, but it's just me that early in the morning. I'm not, showing it publicly or anything like that. And we'll be texting back and forth to each other if we're not watching it in the same room. So it's almost like when he's here and I'm not. We're texting each other during the match as well. But, watching the match on TV is not nearly the same as being here in person, but of course we can't be here for every match.
And are you calm? Is Rob calm? What's the dynamic in the room if Wycombe let a goal in early on?
I don't think calm is the right word, but it's not overly excited. It's,
okay.
We know it's a long season and a long game. And tense, yes. Calm, no.
Well, enjoy the shop. It's great to see you behind the till.
Thank
and,
you.
And good luck with all the merchandise. And people can get stuff online, right, until Christmas?
Yes.
What's the cut-off date for them?
It's hard to know with shipping what it is today. We can't guarantee anything, but we will try our best to get things to you as quickly as we can.
Smashing. Well, happy Christmas, Missy.
Merry Christmas to you.
Right then, on to the game. Wimbledon had certainly enjoyed nearly all of their visits to Adams Park to date, but who came out on top this time around? Here's what happened.
Underground, overground, wumbling free. The wumbles of Wimbledon, come on now.
Now it's Osu down the right-hand side. Lays the ball into the box, finds Palmer. Palmer gets away from Jacobson, goes for a goal at the near post, and it's turned in by Rodoni at the back post, and Wimbledon have the lead. Palmer with the assist, and Rodoni with probably the easiest goal he's going to score this season. An AFC Wimbledon lead here. Wycombe Wanderers 0, AFC Wimbledon 1. Right up towards Akinfenwa and Tapazoli. Taken on the chest of Akinfenwa on the volley, and scores! Adebayo Akinfenwa with a trademark goal against his former club. The ball onto his chest, he controlled it, looked up, and he's lobbed the keeper into the top corner. Wycombe Wanderers 1, AFC Wimbledon 1. Tapazoli does some good defending, but he's still into the box. Header comes in and it's there! Rodoni in there in stoppage time for his second goal of the game. They finished this game superbly well, Wimbledon, and have they snuck in at the death? Stockdale with no chance with the header, and the fans go wild. It's Wycombe 1, AFC Wimbledon 2. Bounces over Akinfenwa into the box now. McCleary, and it's sat down. Penalty at the death. Can Wycombe from the penalty spot? Joe Jacobson approaches the ball and scores. Wycombe Wanderers 2, AFC Wimbledon 2. Late drama at Adams Park. It's the best kind of drama.
Gareth, a 2-2 draw in the rain at Adams Park. 2 points drop though?
It feels like that, but you've got to respect Wimbledon. They've come, they've scored 2 goals, 2 good goals, We knew they'd be dangerous, we knew they've got energy, they've got youth, they've got enthusiasm, and they've got a fantastic support, Their fans never shut up, and you can tell they're proud of this club that, has built its way up back into the league, and rightly deserved the draw today, because I thought we lacked a little bit of quality at times, but the character the boys have shown there at the end there to come back and get a draw after being on top most of the second half, you know, we should have scored. We should have been more clinical in front of goal. They've hit the post on. They've worked David Stockdale as well. So this isn't one-sided by any means. I'm not going to even pretend that. But it felt like once we equalised, it was going to be us that won the game. Fantastic header from Radoni, was it, at the back stick there, and you know, he's going to be some player. But like I say, the character shown from the boys to get back in the game, and obviously balls of steel from Joe Jacobson to stick that penalty in right at the end after his last one was missed. You know, this squad doesn't own its beat. It's a point gained, obviously, because it's on the tally. But yeah, we were looking hopefully for 3 once we equalised. Brilliant for Mackie and Fenway, but unfortunately we have to settle for a draw.
It shows you what the quality of the game was as well, because I've asked you about maybe 2 points dropped. The Wimbledon bench definitely reckons it's 2 points dropped for them as well. It was that kind of game, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course, you know, and they're going to, and I can totally see why they're saying that, because they were 2-1 up with 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go, you know. So yeah, of course it is. But they came with quality. They came with a plan. Obviously, I think they're happy with the point, but they would have. You know, they will be disappointed that they didn't get 3 after that goal in the stoppage time. But like I say, we never know when we're down, we never know when we're beat, and that was great character shown from us. But yeah, it was a great atmosphere today, and it was nice to see the Wimbledon fans getting right behind their teams. You know, like I knew they did back in the day, and the Wycombe fans as well. Second half, you know, really got behind. I think there was about 3,000 penalty claims when Missy Couhig got dragged down, but I think it was an easy decision for the ref. It's tough to take, but there's another point on the board, and you know, we're 42 now, I think. It's a great tally. A win next week would put us almost 2 points a game, which gets you promoted. We're in a great place, we're in a good position, we've got a decent squad, probably a little bit leggy towards the end today, but pleased with the boys.
Adebayo Akinfenwa, I mean, I'm running out of words to describe the man. 39 years old, and he's still a game changer. We had a real good chat midweek, you know, about where he is, and Bayo is unbelievable for this club, you know. Just adding to his record goal tally. He's the record league goal scorer for Wycombe Wanderers. You know, that doesn't come by accident, that doesn't come by fluke. That's a good player. He's an exceptional player, an exceptional talent, a brilliant leader, and above all that, an awesome human being. And I'm very humbled to have him in my side. But he'd be exactly the same, saying exactly the same things, and that's why the man is so good. And I think Wycombe really, you know, sit down and realise what they've got with him, because he's sensational. And what a goal, you know. He could have got 1 or 2 more as well. There was some great balls put in the box second half, but he's got us back in it without a doubt. And defensively, no Anthony Stewart again today. Is that still that illness still hanging around? Yeah, he's got illness, and David Wheeler, unfortunately, illness as well. I'm sure there's going to be more clubs and more around the country with the winter coming. You know, this the pandemic getting ramped up again, and illness of colds and flus, and people are saying, oh, it's not this, but it's this, and it's going to happen. We've just got to be as safe as we possibly can here, and we need to ramp up what we're doing now, because it is winter. So even in a non-pandemic era, I think you've got to watch your colds and flu over winter time. So keeping the squad together, keeping them healthy will be really important. There's a few tired legs in there, and if I'm honest, a couple of players played with some serious knocks as well, stitches in feet and injections here and there. So thank you, boys, for going through the pain barrier for me. Didn't quite get there today, but take a point all day as long as we can back it up next week away from Bolton. And you've always said when players do miss out due injury or illness or suspension, it provides an opportunity. Chris Farino's come in and made his Football League debut, and he's just announced in the bar now in front of the Wycombe fans that he's got a 2.5-year contract here through the development squad. I think Chris is an excellent prospect for Wycombe Wanderers, as is Anis Mehmete, Ali Al-Hamidi and Ollie Pendlebury. You know, some young boys who are really coming through at this moment, and I'm excited to say, yeah, Chris has proved himself for me enough already with his application, the mental side he's got rather than just the physical side, because we look at all aspects of a footballer. Chris has got a real chance. So centre halves are very hard to come by. We know that. Every window we have a look for them, and
and honestly, they are gold dust. So getting a good one, getting him signed up early at a young age, I think is great business for this club, and I couldn't have done it without the Couhig support. Thanks for them. It's up to me now to get Chris to realise his full potential, which I think can be a top player.
Looking at his playing record, he was playing at Wingate and Finchley before coming to join Wycombe, and Anis Mehmeti down at Step 9 as well. It's a good message for players playing at that level, and also for scouts that there's talent out there.
Yeah, and I was told I wasn't good enough at 18 and 19, so it's only opinions, it's only timing. Some players develop slower than others, some develop quickly and then don't make it. It's right place, right time, opportunity, and a little belief from somebody. And they've both got total belief from me. I think they're going to be excellent players, and for years to come, hopefully, for Wycombe Wanderers.
Joe, late drama at Wycombe is not a rare thing, but today there was real drama today. Wimbledon looked like they'd snuck it, but then, lo and behold, a penalty comes up, and who better to take it than you?
Yeah, I had everything today. The only thing that probably lacked all game was a bit of quality from us at the wrong time, or the right times, in fact. And the last minute penalties, we seem to have had quite a few over the years, and I'm always putting myself forward to take them. I've missed, everyone's seen those before, but today I really wanted it, and thankfully it went in and we managed to get the point in the end. You had the ball fairly quickly afterwards, because obviously Adebayo Akinfenwa had scored already against his former club. He famously scored a penalty for Wimbledon. Was there a conversation about who was going to take it? No, I think Jace just gave me the ball and that was it. Everyone just parted ways and let me go and take it. They all say they want them, in training and stuff. It's easy to take them. When it comes to match day, everyone kind of runs away and no one wants it. But it was like Bale scored. What a wonderful goal he scored. Such a Bale goal as well, shrugging people off, controlling it. Great finish, and just disappointing that we didn't kind of get the next goal, because I think we were in total control second half. I think first half we weren't quite at the races. I think we were just a little bit sloppy. I think we got into some good areas, just sloppy with our final ball and passing, and in the end, did we do enough to win? Maybe not. They still had a couple of chances, so I think the draw's probably a fair result in the end. How did you feel when they got their second goal 2 minutes into stoppage time? Was it a real sort of kick in the gut? Yeah, because again, I thought we were on top. I thought we were the most likely to score second half, especially. I thought we put so many balls into the box. I thought we got in some great areas. Nothing was kind of falling to us perfectly. I think we had a good chance for a penalty as well. And when they scored the goal, I didn't even know when it was. I didn't know how long was added, and I just said to the boys, look, we don't stop now, don't give up now. The amount of times that we've come back in games, we scored last minute winners, especially here, especially in front of the terrace. And today again we just needed that one little chance, and thankfully we got it right at the end, and we'll take a point and move on to continue this unbeaten run that we're on at the minute. If you could choose an end of Adams Park to take a penalty in the 95th minute, would it be in front of your own fans on the terrace? 100%, yeah. See the last penalty I had in front of the away fans, see what happened there. So look, it's great. Like, it seems to be something when we attack that end, it seems to kind of give us a little bit more. The fans kind of set the ball in the net a little bit, and we got right on top of them, and the gaffer said at half time, use the fans, use the energy that they bring, and it can help us kind of make them defend deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's not a nice feeling when you're an away team and there's a team on the attack and on the ascendancy, and you've got the fans right behind the goal, and every time the ball goes out for a corner or throw-in, or there's a cross in the box and they're behind you, it can be a little bit intimidating, and today thankfully we managed to come away with something. You started off left centre-back of a 3, then the tactical change second half, you were then the right centre-back of a 4. You're definitely getting across this back 4 this season. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to end up next. Stocko's not letting me come and goal, but look, I'm happy. As long as I'm playing, I'm happy. I don't mind. Sometimes it's quite nice being on the right hand side, that you can pick up little areas and come back in on my left foot and play that way. So yeah, like I said, I'm happy as long as I'm on the pitch. I'm happy playing wherever. I know everyone says it in football and some people lie about it and they want to play specific positions, but I don't care. Play me anywhere and I'm happy. The Wombles fans must have thought they had smashed and grabbed the 3 points in injury time, but as we keep saying on the commentary, never leave a game at Adams Park early. It's the opposition view, Part 2. Wombler.
Cracking entertainment today. We played very well against a strong physical team, and a draw was a fair result, even though it feels like a disappointment that we didn't get all 3 points. There was a real ebb and flow to the game, with each side on top for periods,
We look really dangerous when we counter-attack.
Xander.
How the effing hell did we throw that away? I mean, as a neutral, it must have been entertaining. But as a Womble, oh man, that hurts.
Mark Hendricks.
That game had it all. Edge of the seat stuff. What football should be. Stoic defending from a makeshift back four for what seemed like an age. What we thought was a late winner cancelled out by a simple mistake to gift them a penalty. Am I upset? Not really. Point gained.
Blue Womble 75.
Every time we attacked, it looked like it was a deliberately planned and executed move. Wycombe were more lob it into our area and hope for the best. We're starting to move so far away from that style now. I think we'd have all taken a point before kick-off, but were cruelly denied all three. So disappointing. You can't give Wycombe an inch, as they will dive and cheat using the dark arts to gain an advantage. You know what? I absolutely hate them. They have really turned into a jammy Man United type team.
Lurker.
Considering Wycombe are supposed to be big championship boys now, that was a good point for us and a poor one for them. Great work from our fans too. You could only hear the Wycombe fans when they were moaning about something.
Don Dog.
What the F was that from Osu? I've played it back a few times and it looks like he might have lost his footing outside the box and was stumbling. In which case, just fall down. You don't fall with two arms around the opposing player in the box in the last few seconds of injury time away from home. It looked like a rugby tackle. It gave the ref no choice.
Preston's Womble.
The Osu challenge started way outside the area, but the much bigger Wycombe player ensured it carried on inside the penalty area and then fell over.
Surbiton Womble.
It's beyond me how their number 8, Thompson, didn't get sent off. Such a poor decision by the referee. He took us all down and it was a clear second yellow. I'm not entirely sure who handled the ball either, but that was also a yellow and lots around me thought it was him again.
Right, that's your lot for this week. Many thanks to Missy Couhig, JJ, Brandon Hanlon, and also to the Wycombe Wanderers Trust, who had me as their guest in the bar before the Wimbledon game. And it was lovely to meet and have a chat and answer a few of the questions with some of the listeners. We'll be back next week with news of Wycombe's trip to Bolton. Come on, you Blues.